And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Nebuchadnezzar. I know I pretty much wrapped it up last episode, but we have ourselves a little test world that I built. I went into the system and I modded a few things. A few things, namely the number of workers that we get on these high level housing. So these went up a little bit. I mean, I didn't do anything drastic. It's basically just sort of a rebalance, I would say, a little bit of a rebalance on the workers and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, we've got quite a bit of stuff going on here. A big pottery area for all of these low-level housing, and these are all maxed out. I just basically wanted a sandbox situation that I could just relax and see if I can get these houses maxed out and get them stable. So yeah, these are all maxed out, and we've got our second tier of houses here all maxed out, and a lot of the stuff we have to import, like the ceremonial items. We have to import the ivory for that. The library needs paper, and we have to import that. Olive oil, we have to straight up import that, and clothes I'm actually making here. So of all of these products, there are several in here that I have to import. And then we get to, here's my port, and this is the large port, and we've got lots and lots of things coming in. So this one is importing paper. We've got ivory, wood, olive oil. We have gold, believe it or not. We're importing gold. We are finally exporting our excess gold jewelry. We have a little bit of excess gold jewelry, and that's to offset the cost of importing all this gold. And we have dyes, which are essential, and stone. We have a little bit of stone up here. Which are making seals. I think those are used way over here in our top tier housing. Right over here. This is the top tier housing, fully upgraded, glorious amount of people here, and taxes. The amount of taxes we're getting, I did bump that up. I basically rebalanced it, so the amount of crazy, like, low-level balancing that I need to do was at a minimum. So we have excess goods. We've got all of these super high-quality goods over here. We've got the furniture and the meat, gold jewelry, and the lawyer, which is using those seals that we're making. We have luxurious ceramics, which is using dyes. Astrologist, which I don't think he uses anything. That's the lawyer's office. That's the market. Where's my astrologist? Astrologist is around here somewhere. Oh, this must be it. Yep. So he just wanders around, reading people's, horoscope, I guess. That's what he does. And then we have wine and luxurious clothing, which is also using. So we have two different things using those dyes. And over here, I sort of settled on a crafting process, a linear crafting process. So we have the raw material. In this case, this is wine. So we have the raw material, which is grapes, fed into a line of wineries, or vineyards, I should say. And these require, top tier people. Those dump into the next one in the list. Okay. If there's more steps, like down here, we have luxurious clothing. So we have the raw material, which is the wool. We have all of the weavers. Weavers are outputting luxurious fabric. Okay. And we have dyes intermixed in that. And then the next step is all of the luxurious tailors then making our luxurious clothing. So it's a nice little linear system that, as long as you have the coverage of all of these, you're fine. I don't know, where's my, there it is. So you can see with this modded in 4x4 warehouse, it works really, really well. And if I needed multiple vectors of this, I could have, you know, that's why this exists. I didn't know how much of this I was going to need. But yeah, here are all of our vineyards, and we got lots and lots of caravanners running around, dropping off, and making sure all of these storages are full. And you know, I've got some excess goods now. I could start exporting some of these higher tier items that we've got excess of, but I basically got this all running, and I even got a big giant palace built. You can see the huge amount of, you know, positive appeal that is. So I've got my giant palace built here with all of my luxurious housing. Just went to help that out a bit. Doesn't really serve any other function. And trade-wise, I've got trade agreements with, you know, most of our guys here. I got so much goods coming in and going out that, yeah, we've got lots and lots of trade going on. But I just wanted to show everybody that, you know, with a few tweaks to the balance of the game, the struggle was a lot less. I was really struggling with the game before. Like, you know, I would build a new neighborhood and it would just destroy my supply. And it was very, very hard getting everything, you know, in decent numbers. And keeping everything in stock, mainly. But, yeah, we are doing not bad now. And everything is sort of stabilized, and I've got a nice little system going here. Good thing I don't have to import any copper, and that's excellent. That would have been really expensive. But as my fishing goes, I had to add more fisheries, because wow, does that these guys, this section of town here, they consume a lot of fish. A lot of fish and a lot of dates. Not to mention all of the farming and bread work that I have to do. This is all brewery down here. Just focused on making more and more of the final brewed product. Because they're drinking a lot of that stuff down here. So yeah, all of these guys are working fine. We are processing this stuff very, very nicely. So yeah, I enjoyed once the balance was changed a little bit and it was a little bit more straightforward, and I could focus more on designing efficient crafting systems rather than trying to figure out, you know, how many ceramics I need versus how many dyes that I need and how many we're consuming. Like, logistics wise, I understand that a city of whatever size this is, I don't even know, 42,000, you know, a city of 42,000, not bad for the time frame that we're talking about here. We're talking about like 3,000 BC, 3 or 4,000 BC at least. You know, not too bad. There are a few other games in this same sort of genre that are on my wish list. One of them should be coming out any time unless they've updated. It's called Builders of Egypt. It's very much along the same lines as this game. So it said Q2 of this year is the release. I haven't seen any update to that at all. So hopefully sometime soon. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that I got a Satisfactory system here, and I just had to go in. I basically had to go in and find the housing in the game files. I didn't really make it a mod. I just went in and tweaked the population numbers a little bit, 10 or 20%. And then I tweaked the taxes by, an upwards of 50%. And that allowed me, as you can see, I've got more money than I know what to do with. So I probably didn't need to be as aggressive on my taxation than the game already had. These guys pay a phenomenal amount of taxes. It's glorious. But getting up to this level of people, and the other thing I did, this top tier of house has 3 times the consumption of these smaller houses. So you can see how fast these are going down, right? They're ticking about 0.01 every second. These were 3 times that consumption. And it just, I couldn't keep things in stock long enough because it was consuming them so fast. And it's like, how much furniture do you really need? Like, this is ticking down. How many times a day do you go out and buy new chairs and sofas? Like, so I tweaked that a little bit because consuming these items doesn't really make sense, and you cannot specify an item to be consumed faster than all the others. Like the food and the wine, I would have chosen to consume slightly faster than all the other stuff. But there was no way of doing that. So I just had to make do, and it's very colorful. It's very well done. Yeah, I think it's fun, and I'm looking forward to the next iteration, the next type in the genre. And I don't know what I'm going to go to next in lieu of that. There's a few other games that I've been looking at, and with my 2.5 week hiatus from YouTube, sort of the forced hiatus that I had to be on while my account was getting all squared away. Now that I'm back, while my hiatus was going, I had a trip planned to my younger brother's graduation, and so I didn't have any videos recorded, and I just wanted to get this one recorded to show everybody what was going on. So I thank you all for watching the series, and I look forward to seeing you next time.